My name is Charlie Kosorik, and this is the Jack Bench. This is an adjustable height workbench, and it has a mobile base incorporated into the design. And I designed and built this a few years ago for myself. And when I did that, what I was thinking at the time is I wanted to build my dream bench. And everyone wants a nice workbench, and that was what I intended to do. I wanted to incorporate all of the things that I thought would be cool to have in a bench. And one of them was the adjustable height. I wanted it to be very heavy, very stout, which this certainly is. And so then I also want to be able to move it around, so I designed the mobile base into the bottom of it. Bench dogs, cool vices, lots of versatility. That's what I was looking for when I designed this. So after I was done, I showed it at a local woodworking show in town, and people loved it. I mean, people really liked it. I was so happy. And the response to it was so strong that I decided to offer plans for this online for anyone who would want them. And I've done that. Those are available now. And in this video, I wanted to let people know that when they go to my site and buy a set of plans, exactly what it is they would be getting. So first of all, I wanted to let people know, be absolutely clear, that the design that is drawn up in the plans is a tiny bit, just a tiny bit different than what you see here. And exactly what I mean by that is, if you look down here, you'll see these bolts and the stretcher on each side. And the new design doesn't have that. Those bolts go to a bracket that goes underneath, and it's a long story. But basically, what I did was I simplified the design, and I made it much, much easier to build. Rather than having one stretcher, the new design has two stretchers on each side. And that's basically the only difference. It's virtually the exact same thing. Like I said, it's just a lot easier to build. So when you order the plans, what you will get in your mailbox within a couple of days is this here. You will get a set of drawings and a set of instructions. The drawings, the first page these are CAD drawings, by the way, professionally drawn CAD drawings. I personally didn't do them. A friend of mine who's a draftsman did them. And the first page is an overview of what the bench looks like. And the second page is another overview, but this is an exploded view of the concept. So when you look at the second page, you can see how it works, how it goes up and down. You can just, at a glance, you can see how things go together. And most of the pages then are exploded views of all the parts and pieces in the bench. Each of these legs is a torsion box. There's another torsion box, and there's exploded views throughout there of each and every piece of the bench. And I'll try and bring this up to the camera. And hopefully you can see there what's in that drawing, and that's typical of the exploded views throughout the plans. And then beyond that, the next thing we have is a template. There's a paper template here for cutting out the bench dogs, and this is the plans call for a square bench dog, which I personally like, and the reason I like them better than the round ones, and there's nothing wrong with round ones. Some people like to debate that, but I don't. Anyway, the square bench dogs, the advantage to them is you can put them at a 2-degree angle, and the 2-degree angle helps to hold your work tight down to the bench when it's clamped in between the bench dogs. And that's my reasoning why I went with the square dogs. So this template, you would take this template, cut it out, trace it out on a piece of MDF, and make your template. And then you take the template, you clamp it onto your work, and then you use a guided guide bushing, excuse me, to cut out, of course you have it horizontal on a flat surface, to cut out the holes for your square bench dogs. Then we have templates for the bench dogs themselves, and you trace this out onto your stock, you make your bench dogs, and they will fit perfectly into the square holes that you just routed in here. Next thing I wanted to show you is, since there is a lot of plywood in here, I mean the torsion boxes are all made out of plywood, so there's a plywood layout here. And what this is, this shows you how to lay all the pieces out most efficiently on the plywood so that you don't waste any plywood. And I think that's a nice thing. There's a cut list. Every piece is listed here. Every single little piece of wood is listed in here. There's a part number. Everything has a part number. Quantity, how many of them you need. A description, what it is. The overall size, material type, hardwood, softwood, which is really more of your own personal preference. Material type, I said that. And reference, so what page of the drawings that you find that piece on. And then finally, there's a hardware list. And every nut and bolt that is required in here to put together is listed in the hardware list. And any of the pieces that might be special or hard to find, something you wouldn't be able to get at a big box hardware store, I've listed websites of where a person can go and find and buy those things. Then you get the instructions. I include a set of instructions, and these are very detailed, clear, easy, step-by-step instructions on how to build it. And I think people who have a lot of woodworking experience might look at these and go, oh my gosh, this is, too simple. And it's probably true for some people. Some people are going to look at these drawings and go, oh yeah, that makes sense, I can build that. And other people might, prefer to have step-by-step instructions. That's exactly what is in here. And there's a lot of drawings. I've got drawings of the jigs, router jigs for doing things, other router jigs besides the one I just talked about. More drawings of the jigs. Drawings as you go along, how to clamp it together, how to mark things. There's another jig that you might use as you go along. More drawings. See? And there's this one drawing. This is a special technique that I developed on how to match these pieces together to make absolutely sure that when you're done, everything slides nice and smoothly. So that's a special technique that I've included in the instructions. And then here's another special technique that I've included. One of the pieces, this filler piece here, I call it the side panel. The side panel, the dimensions on that are important. And so I've got a drawing on here and a nice description of how to make sure that your piece is exactly right. And if you just choose to build this bench a little larger, a little smaller, wider, whatever, this still shows you exactly how to be sure that that piece is perfect so everything goes together and works the way it should. And then I also included, operating instructions. I mean, not that it's difficult to operate, it's very simple. Loosen the clamp, put a drill on there, drive it up or down to where you want, and tighten the clamp basically is all it is. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to somebody anyway, and check it out. Go to my website, and even if you're not planning to build this, I think I've included a few things on my site that anyone might be interested in. So thanks a lot.